Thanks, Stacey. A former federal prosecutors will now have to go to trial. He faces charges over a stabbing incident on the Howard Franklin Bridge. Today, a Pinellas County judge rejected a stand-your-ground defense of Patrick Scruggs. News Channel 8's Jeff Patterson reports that the former prosecutor is now facing serious felony charges.
Former prosecutor Patrick Scruggs claims he was justified in his actions and had no obligation to retreat the day he repeatedly stabbed a man on the Howard Franklin Bridge. Today,
now, the federal prosecutor, that's the attorney that goes after criminals. Right. He should have a good idea of what the law is.
Yeah. If I'm in a situation, your first option is to, if you can flee.
Yeah.
If you have an option, you must flee. If you don't have any options to flee, then you have a stand your ground defense. If you can flee, you proving yourself in court that you will stand your ground. It's going to be very hard.
Yeah, got a new show for y'all.
Got a damn good show. Before we get to today's video, we got a new giveaway. Ford 250 King Ranch in Cameron, $10,000 in cash. To get in and win, just go to my website, officialhousetwins.com. Anything you purchase on the website get you automatically in it to win.
had no obligation to retreat the day he repeatedly stabbed a man on the Howard Franklin Bridge. Today, a Pinellas County judge rejected those claims and ordered him to trial. There are multiple videos from September 26, 2023, showing Patrick Scruggs repeatedly stabbing a man.
First of all, you go up to his car. He's sitting in his car,
and you're repeatedly stabbing him. Okay, let's say he's got a knife. He's got you by the arm. You stab him one time, and then you walk away. You're right there like this.
Yeah.
No, you don't have your stand.
Yeah. Now listen to why he said he did this.
Okay.
This is crazy.
Scruggs repeatedly stabbing a man after a minor traffic accident on the Howard Franklin Bridge. Several witnesses say Scruggs looked enraged when he used a knife to break out a driver's window and then stab him.
First, he broke his window out and he's claiming self-defense. Yeah, it gets worse.
And then stab him.
Saw the knife in his hand, and I said, oh my gosh, he's got a knife in his hand. He's stabbing that person. That's what's happening. And it just made me just absolutely sick.
On the stand, Scruggs testified he saw a passed out driver who he thought was attempting to leave the scene.
He was passed out, but he's attempting to leave the scene.
That's creative writing, but it doesn't make any sense. If you're passed out, how you trying to flee the scene?
And I thought Karmelo Anthony and his family is stupid. You're a prosecutor.
Yeah.
You're white. What are you thinking?
Yeah, we know why he's stupid. He's black.
That was a joke, right?
Yeah, of course it was.
This, I can't believe
you should know.
He should have came up with a different defense.
You a college-educated white man. You got a Juris Doctorate degree. You passed the bar exam. You should know better. How did you pass the bar exam? You don't even know what stand your ground defense is.
Well, that's what attorneys do. They lie.
Yeah.
Like the people I found the least credible in my 50 years of being on this planet have been attorneys. Yeah. A lot of these people are like horrible people.
Yeah.
So he says he did what he had to do to stop him.
I was just trying to get him to either turn off the engine and get out of the car or just get out of the car on his own.
But today,
that dude's stupid. That's why he did it.
Yeah.
So he would get out of his car. Why does he have to get out of his car?
Especially you carrying a knife. Oh, man.
Man, your logic is comparable to a sub-Saharan.
Maybe that's the defense That's the only thing he came up with after the fact.
Well, I mean, what else can you come up with?
Yeah. No.
Well, this is in Florida?
Mm-hmm.
He knows if I can prove stand your ground, I'm good.
You have a chance in Florida, Texas, those states, but man,
stand your ground.
Yeah, but you have an option to flee.
Yeah, you have the ability to flee.
I mean, it probably will be a good defense if you stabbed him one time and left. But you stayed there and you just kept shivving him.
Hey, Kevin, you know what? Stand your ground makes sense for the guy that's in the car that you're stabbing.
Right. It does. It applies more to him. Like if he has to back up and run him over, that's stand your ground.
Judge Keith Meyer rejected the defense of stand your ground under Florida law. The judge saying in part, based on the circumstances as they appeared to the defendant, a reasonable and prudent person would not have used the same force as the defendant used.
You think? If I was him, I'd have played it. Play it out, man.
How you gonna plead out? You're on camera. Why they
Yeah.
gonna plead you out? It's all on tape.
I'm sure they offered him a decent deal right before the trial.
Yeah,
or the day of the trial.
I give you 25.
Yeah.
Good behavior, you get out in 20. I can't believe this. This dude's the actual prosecutor.
Yeah. Well, his life is over. He said he's probably thinking, if I don't beat this case, my life is over anyway. So why I'm going to plead out and make it easy for them? You know? I have a better shot just playing stupid and said I was in fear for my life. So I stabbed him like 30 times.
Yeah, that the only people I ever see defend like stand your ground and just something as stupid as this is during this whole Karmelo Anthony debacle.
Mhm.
Down what state was that in? Texas, right?
I think it was.
Yeah, it's Texas.
Mhm.
And I thought he was stupid.
Yeah. Stand your ground applies when you don't have an option to flee and you're doing it to defend your life. His life was never at risk. He had options to flee. He has no stand your ground defense. Same thing with Karmelo Anthony.
Yeah.
You don't have a stand your ground defense. You have a right. You had an option to flee. He wanted to stab the guy. Karmelo Anthony wanted to stab the guy. That's why they're going to jail.
Yeah, they just told Karmelo Anthony to leave.
Mm-hmm.
He had an option to leave. So
No, put your hands on me and see what happens.
when they gave you an option to leave, you don't belong in the stand.
Yep.
You just as dumb as Karmelo Anthony. You're actually dumber.
Yeah, I think he's actually dumber than Karmelo Anthony, which is hard to say about a white man.
You had the world in the palm of your hand. You're a federal prosecutor.
Yeah.
And over a traffic accident, you're so pissed. You go up to the guy and you pretend that you're sub-Saharan.
No, kid, he might be mixed. He's probably got that sub-Saharan gene in him. He probably got a great grandfather this sub-Saharan.
Look at this nut. They got in a car accident.
Yeah, look like he cut him off.
This is he wearing flip-flops? Oh,
He cut that drive off. And he's mad.
he's probably at fault, huh?
He's gonna be at fault for the accident. Look how that dude hit him. Every time
Oh,
he
he's getting over.
he cut that drive off. He instigated this whole incident. He cut the drive off. The driver hit him. He gets out of the car and stabs.
I bet you this was a road rage incident.
Yeah, probably was.
And it just can't. That's the only logical thing I think of. There was road rage going, so he cuts him off, causes an accident, gets out, and goes over and does what he does. This is road rage.
Yeah.
Some road rage action.
He's going to jail for a very long time. Very long time.
Yeah.